It's Champions Day! Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, so as promised, I'm going to try and find my mouse so it's a bit easier. This is a good start to the video. Here we go. Right, so as promised, I'm going to show you and take you through a race that I find very, very interesting today. Okay, so we've got the 125 race at Ascot, and it's a very, very good race. 2 miles, Group 2. But wow, we've got some great individuals, and it's pretty clear to me exactly what is going to happen here. So Stradivarius makes up a big proportion of the market, as you can see here. Taking up, all you got to do is go on the inverse, and it never shows you. Brilliant. There we go. So it's around about 50%. 50% of the market, even money, 50% of the market, as we can see here. So that's the amount of market that this guy is taking up. So it's a big, big, big chunk. So the idea is, for me, is Stradivarius, because he makes up such a big amount of the market, we need to know what is going to happen to this horse and how it is going to run and how that is going to influence the in-play stats. So we go across to the software, thebettingguy.co.uk, /waiting hyphen list. It'll be in the show notes anyway. The waiting list. Hopefully, membership will be open in around about 5 weeks. At the minute, we are changing it, but there's a very limited amount of people we can accept. So that's why we stopped accepting people at the minute. There's over 300 on the waiting list, which is absolutely bonkers. So thank you so much, guys. Really, really appreciate it. And I can promise you, when and if you do sign up, you will never, ever regret it. It's amazing. But by the way, it's not like the other videos say. I've got to keep mentioning it. It's not a money tree. It's not going to simply click a button and you'll make money. You've got to interpret the information yourself as well. All the information is there for you to be profitable, but it's how you interpret it and how you learn it. But it's quite simple, very straightforward. So what I've done is I fired up the dob section. If you look at my settings here, my settings are 60% green, 25% gold. That means that I want to know what percentage of the last 5 runs has this horse hit the green, and so it'll tell you there. And then 25%. So basically, this is telling you that I want to show horses that have decreased in running by 60% or more. And this one is saying I want to see horses that have decreased in the Betfair SP by 25% or more. So that's very good. We can see here. So that means that in the last 5 runs, 80% of the time, Stradivarius has decreased in running by over 60% of its Betfair SP. So let's have a look. We want to have a little look, and we can see, yeah, last 4, it has decreased by over 60%. There's 100%, there's 100%, there's 100%, there's 100%, because a horse has won. And there's 33% at Ascot. And listen, what I now look for is the Betfair SP is 1.45. So we know the horse went down to 1.1, but what happened to get it to 3.75? And Stradivarius is one of these horses who at some point always manages to look beaten. Look, it was 1.45, so that's 4 to 9. And he went on to, he traded it 11 to 4, 3.75. That's crazy. Well, it's actually saying Betfair SP of 4 to 11. So, yeah, nearly. So, it's a big, big drift. I mean, I don't want to, I'll tell you what, I will quickly show you this race. I was going to say I don't want to because it'll take up too much time, but what the hell? Let's do it. Let's rock and roll. I'm off to market racing today. How about that? After my kids' football. So Stradivarius. It's a hold-up horse. Always held up. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Go. My computer's always so slow.
They're off. The Weatherby's Hamilton at the Lonsdale Cup. Stradivarius jumping off into midfield. Yellow cap for Frankie Dettori as petitioner in the dark jacket will lead them under the judge towards the end of the first furlong. Count Octave and the Claret Silks takes up second. It's a steady pace into the bend. Idaho, Ryan Moore, blue and orange silk settling in third.
Just checking if I've got the right race. I was actually there on this day.
In fourth with Redford and the Diamond Silks.
I was actually there and I did a later back on this horse. Excuse me. Right, so let's have a look. There he is, right, on the home 10. Right, so let's just concentrate on Stradivarius. There he is. The thing with Stradivarius is he always finds a flat spot. Always finds a flat spot in his race where he's got to be ridden along, got to be ridden along. And when that happens, the price increases. I was thinking, oh no, he's not going to find a flat spot today. And I was thinking, oh no, I'm going to lose my money. But he just hasn't got the speed. He hasn't got the speed at critical parts of a race. But then look, there you go. They've all gone past him. Much worse horses than him have gone past him. So look, he's hard at work. At this point, you're thinking he's not actually going to win. He's hard to the pump. But then once he gets a smack, boom, flies. So now you know he's going to win. Which is so interesting. It's still workmanlike. It's still workmanlike. So whatever race he's in, this is what happens. There we go. Now it's in no danger whatsoever. So what we know is that the chances are, the chances, you say, look, every single race, let's just go through it so I can explain. So 1.01 won the race. 1.86, so 1.45 went out to 3.75. 1.01 went out to 4. 3.1 went out to 20s in running. 1.74, that was actually a good run. That is the only run that was a good, solid run where he didn't actually trade much higher. 1.01, 7.37 Betfair SP, went out nearly double. Didn't actually win that race. 3.65, still went out a fair, ish chunk there. So this one here, 1.01, sorry, 2.14, went out to 110. Excuse me. So we've got historical data that suggests that this horse will trade higher in play. And so I was going to do a later back in this race. However, I don't want to confuse you because last time I did a later back, I got all sorts of questions and queries. And so I'm not going to advise a later back on the podcast until the free training comes out, which should be within 10 days. Almost all videoed. So really, really excited by that. And so I'm not going to do a later back here. So the question is, we know the chances are, it's all about value and the percentage chance. The big percentage chance here is that this horse will trade higher in play, as we've just been through the runs, and we've actually watched the replay. Excuse me. Now, Flag of Honour is a front runner. So we'll just go down here. And we know, look at the in-play stats. 5 out of 5 dobbed. And the reason is because it's won a heck of a lot of races. It's won the last 3. So look, made all, soon led, made virtually all, looked well, led at a good pace. And so we know this horse is going to make it today because there's no other pace angles. I've actually watched the race again as well. And something that I'm interested in is making sure the form's working out very well. And the form, oh God, I don't want this messy. I don't want this to be too long. So let's just have a look at this. I need 2 screens, don't I? Excuse me. God, I keep coughing loads, don't I? Forget I'm on their video and recording. Right, so Flag of Honour, we've got it there in the blue. There we go. Right, so we know leading. What you'll notice is in the home turn that Flag of Honour usually needs just to be shaken up a little bit. Just needs a bit kick in his belly and just to be shaken up, just to really get his stamina, get going, change the gears. So to change the gears for this horse, he just needs a get up, hey, 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 hey. That's the official terminology. Yes, I am a horseman, and just needs to come on, boy, we're going now. Come on, this is it. We're picking up now, and then change his gear and boom, 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 and you'll see that he all of a sudden kicks and his stamina comes into play. And there's, I mean, that one there travels so well in this. Just on the outside here. Yeah, I've been watching these since God knows what time. I was watching them until 12 o'clock last night, the replays. And but I actually had a little line. I was up at 6 today. So now you see, yep, just getting a giddy up. Go on, son, giddy up. Go on, let's be having you. Let's be having you. And then all of a sudden, the home turn, it propels on. Look how well this is travelling. There you go. Now he's in his stride. Now he's saying, catch me if you can. I love it. I absolutely love it. So look, not hard at work, but I won't say hard at work, but he's being pushed along, he's being squeezed along. This one's doing everything so easily. But look, now he gets in his stride. And then it's, come on then, boys. What have you got? What's your stamina like? Can you catch me? I don't think so. I'm off. That's what Ryan Moore's saying. I get so excited. And look at the stamina just kicking now. The others he's making these good horses look one pace. Tremendous. Terrific. And yeah. Look at me having got a little smile on my face. Look, there we go. I really like that performance because he's great ride, brilliant ride, kicked him in his belly, off he goes. And just really, really quickly, I want to show you the form as well, just to let you know the form's working out really well. So Twilight Payment, I think it won or second next time out and then ran in a good race. Let's have a look. Yeah, so second next time out and then third in a 24 grand race. So that's interesting. However, this one actually won the race that one was in next time out. So you see here, won the race. 32 grand race. After finishing last, 7 lengths behind Flag of Honour. So the form is working out really, really well. There's another horse in here as well that takes... sorry, it's Mahesh again. So he's working on Saturday, bless him. So right, so we know that this horse trades shorter. That, when it went 3.7, that is when he probably got a kick in the belly there. Right. So we know this horse is trades shorter in play, even when it doesn't win. Last 5 out of 5. That's the worst one because when he didn't win. But look at that, still a lovely percentage profit. So the only other one that is of interest here is Thomas Hobson. Thomas Hobson has got some unbelievable in-play stats. Look at this. But it's a hold-up horse. Smooth headway. So I believe what's going to happen today is this is going to make it. Not Stradivarius. Flag of Honour is going to make it. Stradivarius is going to be in behind at the back. And the race is going to develop about the 4 furlongs from home, and Ryan Moore is going to start slowly quickening the speed because he knows that Stradivarius takes a little bit of time to get going. So you'll see Flag of Honour just increasing the pace, just increasing, and Stradivarius will be hard at work. Will Stradivarius get there or not? I don't know, but I don't care because we'll be in and out the market because as soon as Stradivarius starts being hard at work, then the price will go shoot out, and that means our price will go straight in. And also Thomas Hobson will also come in price as well because Thomas Hobson cruises through his races but doesn't always find as much as you think he's going to find. So he's a bridle horse, really, really good bridle horse. So I wouldn't, if you want to have a little go on that, then that's absolutely fine. I'm absolutely sure because Stradivarius it's a makeup of a race for me. This is a front runner, and like I said, there's got to be other reasons why you do a front runner, and the other reasons are that Stradivarius is a horse that takes a fair few slaps to find his feet and just gets ridden along, and there's always a point in the race where Stradivarius looks like he's not going to get there, and therefore, if that's the case, then something's got to come in. If that's gone out, something's got to come in, and it's normally the front runner. So I would expect this to trade very, very short. As well, or a lot shorter than this, definitely within the 30 to 50% mark that we're going to be going for today. Also, Thomas Hobson, because that will be going out, then the market will be looking for other things to come in, and this will be one of them as well. 15 minutes, wow! Didn't expect it to be this long, but hopefully you guys understand the 125 race at Ascot, and please, please, please don't get intimidated by you have to do this much race. Work in to find an in-play trade because you really, really don't. It's only because all the information that these horses are really well known. So I've seen them God knows how many times. So I know exactly, without even looking at this race in the in-play tools and Betfair and the Racing Post, I almost could tell you what's going to happen, how it's going to play out, because as a racing fan, we've seen them all before. We've seen, it's no surprise, is it? So, but it's just nice to have the figures there to actually say, yep, your idea, your memories are correct. The market did adjust to exactly what you saw in play. And so we know the market definitely does react. That's the word I'm looking for. The market definitely does react to how I interpret the races as well. So, yeah, Flag of Honour should be will be the pacemaker. Thomas Hobson sitting behind, and this one, Stradivarius, will be sitting behind as well, and will be at some point under the pump and looking like he's not going to get there. There is only one other horse I was worried about, was this Eric, and we don't need. I'm pretty certain that this is not going to, because it's from the same stable as well. O'Brien's horse as, excuse me, as Flag of Honour. I'm pretty certain that this one will not get in the way of Flag of Honour, and I'm pretty certain that this will be running his own merits. He won't be a pacemaker, and I don't think for in-play trade purposes we need to worry about this one, because I don't think it's going to impact or influence the data in any way. Okay, so there's my take on the 125 race. I will be doing a back to lay on Flag of Honour. If you want to do a back to lay on Thomas Hobson, I don't blame you. And if you want to do a later back, if you understand that completely, then I don't blame you doing a later back on Stradivarius as well, because the information dictates that this is going to drift out in play. Okay, by the way, the entry point, you've got to be careful here, because I always say that if you know it's a definite front runner, then I'm glad I mentioned this. If it's a definite front runner, I always say enter the market a little bit before, because the price will decrease and therefore you can get extra value. However, in a Group 1, that is not necessarily the case, because the market is so strong, so big, so liquid, that the in-play boys who are looking to back this in play will only have a small dent on the actual price. Like in a normal race, the in-play boys, the thousands and thousands they put on, they will have a big impact on what is happening. But because this is a Group 2 and it's on Champions Day, the market is very, very liquid. The market is very, very strong. And the fact that it's a front runner, it won't impact on the pre-race as much as it would normally, because it's more liquid as a market. So therefore, it's going to take much more money to move anything. So I expect the market to be fairly stable around about off time. That doesn't say that I don't think this will come in. I have no idea. It might do, it might not do. But it's probably more of a 50-50 call, or probably more of a 55-45 call, where it's probably going to come in. However, I wouldn't be entering the market too early. I'd be happy to take Betfair SP, or just back it just before the off. And the reason being is because we've done all our pre-race research on the Betfair SP. We've been looking at the Betfair SP. There's a Betfair SP. So we've been doing all the research around that figure. So the fact, and don't forget that this will have impacted, again, the Betfair SP, maybe 3 minutes before the off, this horse might have been 3.6. And so it still came in on this time. They knew it was going to be a front runner. It might have been 3.6 again. And so it's come in the last 3 minutes. But it's still dobbed. Here, the one time when it didn't win the race, it might have been 10s before 3 minutes before the off. So all the pre-race research that we've done has been around Betfair SP. So I wouldn't worry too much about trying to be a little bit clever. I'd be more than happy just to back the horse around about 0 to 30 seconds before the off. That's absolutely fine for me, just because the race is so liquid, and I don't expect the in-play boys to have a big impact on the market. Will it shorten? Probably. May do, may not do. Don't know. But the main thing is that I still believe on the Betfair SP that we will be able to cash out between 30 and 50% profit. Okay, 20-minute video. I can't believe this one video is longer than the whole bloody podcast today. I haven't done the podcast yet, but anyway. All right, thank you so much, and we will speak again on Sunday when I'll do another video, having a look at something else to do with the this in-running tool. All right, have an awesome day, guys. I'm really, really excited for today. There's some fantastic racing, some fantastic football, and it's going to be amazing. All right, see you soon. Bye-bye.